fucking car to drive. And you talking shit about me? Shut the up. Y'all don't even got a fucking house to wash your ass. And then you talking shit about me? Shut the up.
Even like with my children, love my children. All four of my children are adults. And I told them, listen, no more handouts. No more handouts. It can't be.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter has responded to accusations surrounding her finances after reports suggested that her father no longer provides her with financial support. She says there is nothing embarrassing about receiving money or assistance from your parents, pushing back against people who criticize her for depending on her family. At the same time, she claims that Floyd's choice to stop supporting her financially is not simply a personal decision, but may be connected to allegations that he has run out of money.
You man, wouldn't you want the... I want the same thing for my son. I don't want him to ever have to work. Why does that bother so much? And why is that always being thrown in my face like that's such a bad thing? That's not a bad thing.
During a recent podcast conversation, Floyd Mayweather Jr. spoke about how he handles financial support for his children, making it clear that he does not intend to keep handing them money every time they come asking for it. He explained that his goal is for his children to learn how to stand on their own financially instead of depending entirely on the fortune he built throughout his career. He described how he would give them money, only for them to spend it on shopping, fuel for their cars, and going out, before eventually returning and asking him for more.
Give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money, I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, from here on out, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Following reports that Floyd had cut off her regular financial support, Yaya Mayweather drew attention after saying she is interested in finding out what it would be like to work a conventional 9-to-5 job. Her comments quickly attracted criticism, with some people questioning whether she would truly be prepared for the routine and pressure that come with an ordinary workplace, especially considering the comfortable upbringing and lifestyle she has experienced.
In the story about Yaya Mayweather, right? So Yaya Mayweather is the daughter of Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Obviously, Floyd Mayweather, a world-time iconic boxer, made $1 billion in his lifetime. Money team.
Come on.
I seen her and I was kind of torn. At first, everybody was like going at her, oh my God, y'all going broke. But I'm like,
never.
You know, I wasn't really mad at what she was saying. So she was saying, lately, I've been bored. So bored, I was thinking about getting a job just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun.
Now, for full context, she's been rich her whole life.
Oh, like, yeah, she's a Nepo baby. She's
a Nepo.
She is the example of what it looks like to just only know lavish, only know luxury, only know the finest of the finest.
And then her dad is Floyd, so all he do is
floss.
He got floss, he got 100 cars, he got all of this. They fly in private jets.
Right.
So her whole life is luxury, and she probably has never had to struggle or had any type of adversity. She don't know, and she can't relate to anybody. This is probably why she can't create no products or services to monetize her startup, because she really don't.
Questions have also emerged over whether Yaya Mayweather has developed a strong understanding of handling money, despite being raised around the considerable wealth associated with Floyd Mayweather. Critics point out that having easy access to financial resources does not necessarily mean someone knows how to use those resources responsibly. Learning how to create a budget, build savings, and make smart investments can be crucial, because even substantial wealth can eventually be exhausted without proper financial management. The conversation has also expanded beyond Yaya and toward a broader issue sometimes seen in wealthy families, where members of the next generation may struggle to preserve inherited fortunes. Some explanations for this include limited financial education and childhood environments that can encourage entitlement instead of developing habits centered on responsibility and self-discipline.
But you know what's up? These little girls don't know how to do nothing. And she's sitting on my time, I'm bored. And y'all can say, well, her daddy rich, but like, well, what if something happens to her father? Oh, we got trust funds. Okay, cool. He may have trust funds. But does she know how to budget money? Does she know how to make money? Does she know the value of money? That empire, that estate is going to be gone. And statistics show that 85% of second wealth generators from their parents go broke because they don't understand how to manage it. Which means there's a few reasons. Either we spent too much time making it, we didn't have time to educate our kids on it, and so we just gave them everything. Or two, they just don't give a damn. They just entitled, spoiled ass.
Yaya Mayweather has repeatedly rejected the idea that her lifestyle should be measured against the everyday experiences of average people, maintaining that her situation is fundamentally different. Growing up as the daughter of boxing superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. meant being raised with access to significant wealth, luxury, and opportunities that are far beyond what most people encounter. For that reason, Yaya has argued that judging her according to the same financial expectations and standards applied to someone from a very different background is not necessarily fair.
Have to stop. Literally, y'all have to stop comparing me, and even the people that y'all comparing me to, they have to stop. Okay, comparing themselves to me, because listen, you cannot y'all have to stop comparing me to people who wear fake designer stuff. Okay, let's start there. Who wear fake designer stuff? Baby, I'm walking into designer stores, Neiman's, Saks to get my stuff. They're not. They're getting these from these little boutiques, whatever. Let's start there. Now, then we're gonna go to stop comparing me to people who rent exotic cars, foreign cars. Baby, every car I drive, best believe, is paid for. It's not rented, paid for. In my last name is on the.
As Yaya continues defending her position that receiving financial assistance from her parents should not be considered embarrassing, attention surrounding Floyd Mayweather's alleged financial problems has grown even stronger. Desiree wrote on X that Floyd Mayweather filed a lawsuit earlier this year, accusing a former associate of allegedly taking approximately $175 million from him through a long-running scheme. The allegations reportedly involve money being redirected over several years, jewelry transactions in which pieces valued at around $100 million were allegedly used as collateral for only about $13 million, a private aircraft that allegedly disappeared from his control, and real estate deals that reportedly resulted in significant losses. The situation has therefore become increasingly complicated, with the allegations suggesting Floyd could be facing serious financial difficulties. The Post also stated that the opposing side has rejected the accusations as unfounded and has instead highlighted Mayweather's own spending behavior. Some observers believe he may have simply spent away a huge portion of his fortune, while others speculate that financial pressure could eventually encourage him to return to boxing. That could potentially include the long-discussed exhibition involving Mike Tyson as another opportunity to generate income. Regardless of which explanation proves accurate, the possibility of a fortune built during decades of being known as Money Mayweather shrinking so dramatically would represent a major financial setback. In the lawsuit, Mayweather reportedly claims that his former associate, Jonah Renitz, slowly obtained influence over various parts of his business operations and financial affairs. According to Mayweather's allegations, Renitz presented himself as someone he could trust and was involved in managing significant financial matters for a number of years.
A good week for Floyd Mayweather. Let's go. So now he has filed a $175 million lawsuit against his business partner, Jonah Rechnitz. So the name should be familiar to you. He has been described as Floyd Mayweather's right-hand man for decades. Also, he has been named in several lawsuits with Floyd for them being involved in scams themselves. The lawsuits include allegations for fake exhibition fights, allegations for unpaid jet bills, unpaid jewelry, unpaid services provided. But in turn, now Floyd is suing him and saying, hey, I never saw this stuff. You have scammed me out of jewelry. You have scammed me out of money. You've scammed me out of real estate. And so this is a big, massive lawsuit, guys. What's also interesting is Floyd has had an interesting support for the Israel community. Jonah Rechnitz is a member of a prominent Jewish Orthodox family. I'm curious if he's going to continue to have the same set support. I'm also curious to say if he's going to prevail in the other lawsuits. Is this a way for him to get out of it, or these false allegations against John?
Dana White has also addressed the reports involving Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s alleged financial and legal difficulties, and he even suggested that he could potentially offer some form of assistance to the former boxing champion. White expressed sympathy for Mayweather's situation, pointing out that someone who worked extremely hard to build an enormous fortune could face a devastating setback if that wealth was lost, taken, or mismanaged. The lawsuit reportedly contains allegations involving missing funds, fraudulent investment activity, bank transfers that were allegedly made without authorization, valuable jewelry that reportedly disappeared, and claims surrounding the sale of Mayweather's private aircraft.
Probably the richest and one of the most dominant boxers in the history of the sport. But now, Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details. Let me tell you about the lawsuit.
At the same time, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is reportedly facing yet another legal battle, this one involving Showtime and his longtime advisor, Al Heyman. Mayweather has allegedly accused the parties involved of financial wrongdoing and claimed that funds connected to several business agreements were not properly managed. Based on the allegations, Mayweather believes that millions of dollars tied to his boxing career and other business ventures were either mishandled or withheld from him through various deals.
Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinoza for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, that's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive damage on top of the missing $340 million. So why is Floyd suing him, and what is he claiming? Well, Floyd argues that during his legendary career, where he generated $1 billion in revenue plus and pay-per-view money, a significant portion of the funds that he made through those events, through his fights, didn't make it into his hands because they were funneled through accounts controlled by his then advisor, Al.
Steven Espinoza, who previously served as Showtime's president, also responded to the accusations surrounding the dispute.
Yeah, look, I can't say too much about it. The lawyers have asked me not to, but obviously Floyd is looking for $340 million, which he, I think, supposedly discovered 10 years later is missing. I think you can tell by my tone what my thoughts are about that. And look, all I can say is I'm confident in the legal process. I'm confident about what the facts are going to show, and I look forward to this playing out in court so everybody can see exactly what is true and exactly what where the money went. Because if you look at the how my career has played out, I spent my career going back to representing both Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya. I've spent my career making sure that fighters are treated fairly and have gotten compensated fairly. And I've never done anything, but that. And I think at the administration that I ran at Showtime was one that was very fighter friendly, and I stand by that. And I know my reputation will continue to be that regardless of this.
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas pointed out that Steven Espinoza, the former Showtime executive, was also identified in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s lawsuit. Atlas said he had never particularly liked Espinoza and suggested that some fighters may not have received everything they were entitled to from certain boxing-related business arrangements. He also raised the possibility that Mayweather's frequent spending and ongoing demand for cash could be contributing to the financial pressure surrounding him, potentially explaining why the boxing star has become involved in multiple lawsuits.
Don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it available. Where there was, there was a lot of job shortages shortages in the business, if you will. And people are eager, of course, to fight on a platform like Showtime if you're going to pay them. It's a lot of fighters available, and you didn't have to be talented to put on good fights at Showtimes. Like I said, there weren't a lot of places to go. There was a lot of unemployment. There were not a million places to go and get paid. So if there was a place, boom, there was a line of people waiting to get into that place.
Former ESPN columnist Jason Whitlock has argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have spent enormous amounts of money trying to stay connected with celebrity culture and maintain an image that feels relatable to the public. According to Whitlock, Mayweather's expensive lifestyle could have played a role in creating financial difficulties and may have left the former champion dealing with significant debts. He also suggested that Floyd could eventually look at coming out of retirement once again, potentially using another fight or appearance as a way to generate income, handle his financial responsibilities, and pay back money he may owe.
Mayweather is an example of the stupidity of living for the culture and trying to be relatable and trying to be this incredible icon or example of, look how much money I've made. He's blown it all, and now at 49 years old, he's got to go back into the boxing ring and continue to fight because he's in a lot of debt. And this is what I was trying to make the point to Cam Newton about. This whole, I'm doing it for the culture. What has doing it for the culture ever gotten any?
Although Floyd Mayweather Jr. earned an extraordinary amount of money during his boxing career, questions about his financial position have continued to grow amid years of highly expensive spending. His reputation has long been connected to luxury vehicles, costly watches and jewelry, private aircraft, expensive properties, and an overall lifestyle centered around displaying wealth. Critics, however, point out that sustaining that kind of lifestyle requires enormous amounts of money, regardless of how much someone has earned over the years. The ongoing reports and allegations have also sparked a wider conversation about how quickly a massive fortune can decline when spending remains at an excessive and unsustainable pace. Without proper financial planning, smart investments, and disciplined spending habits, even an exceptionally large fortune can eventually face serious financial pressure.
Limited amount of money, money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he got to be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where it shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes quick.
Terrence Crawford believes the situation surrounding Floyd Mayweather should be viewed as a valuable warning for young athletes everywhere. Crawford explained that nothing about the future is guaranteed, which is why athletes, whether they compete in boxing or another sport, need to think carefully about how they handle their earnings. He emphasized the importance of making sensible investments and taking responsible steps with money while opportunities are available. Crawford also explained that wealth can work in an athlete's favor when it is used properly to create additional income, but it can also become a problem when someone assumes another major payday will always be waiting. He stressed that relying on future checks instead of preparing ahead can create serious consequences, making long-term financial planning extremely important. According to Crawford, some athletes fail to prepare for what comes after their biggest earning years. Shakur Stevenson, however, has offered a different perspective in defense of Mayweather. Stevenson argued that even if Floyd were experiencing financial challenges, comparing his circumstances directly with those of an average person would not give an accurate picture. He noted that Mayweather has generated an enormous fortune throughout his career, meaning that what may appear to be financial hardship from the outside could still leave him with a level of wealth that most people would consider extraordinary.
See the headlines with Floyd right now about the money issues coming back. Like, what do you think about stuff like that? What's your thoughts on that?
You know, I try not to get in too much of that kind of stuff because, right, people could talk about, oh, Floyd broke and Floyd this. Man, even if, let's just say, coincidentally, Floyd broke. Floyd broke ain't like everybody else broke, bro. Like, Floyd broke is a different type of broke. Like, Floyd broke is our super rich at the end of the day. So, now to see him come back fighting, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe you know what I think my thing is with Floyd? I know him. So, like, me knowing him, I know that he just loved boxing too much.
Stevenson has also argued that Floyd Mayweather's repeated appearances in boxing should not necessarily be interpreted as evidence that he is struggling financially. From this point of view, Mayweather continues to return to the sport because boxing has been a genuine passion and an important part of his identity for many years. Although he officially stepped away from professional competition, Floyd has remained active through exhibition matches and other boxing-related appearances. His ability to attract massive attention and generate substantial revenue through the sport also provides a strong reason for him to remain connected to boxing. Stevenson's comments suggest that Mayweather's continued involvement could be motivated by his love for the sport, entertainment, and the chance to stay connected to the boxing world where he achieved so much.
Probably even gonna ever say it that, like, what it is. But like me talking to him, like I done sat on the phone with Floyd for hours. And in conversation, I just realized, like, yo, this dude is just, he like in love with boxing. Like, he's obsessed with boxing. So like, he probably just can't hang the gloves up. Like, he can't let it go.
He never really did.
He can't let it go.
He kept doing the exhibitions.
Yeah.
He never really did. He'll take a break where you don't see him, but then he back in the gym. It's just crazy, like, thinking of Floyd being 50, having to go to the gym and spar 3 days a week, bro. That sound crazy.
I mean, it look like he doing it well, though. Like, even when I watch the videos, I'm like, man, this don't look like no 50-year-old fighter to me. Like, it looked like a guy that, I ain't gonna say in his prime, but he looked like in his 40s.
Thing. Floyd past his prime is better than a lot of guys in their prime. That's the thing, because he just knows too much. Been on too many big stages, so that's not.
What's your take on the reports surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s finances? Share your opinion and thoughts in the comments below.